Hey, what is going on, guys? Sergeant's Tech Tips. Welcome to another video on my channel. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at iTop Screen Recorder, which is a free-to-use screen recording program. It has a little bit more versatile in tools other than OBS Studio. Usually with OBS Studio, if you want to select a certain region, you got to actually force it or you got to edit it with the editing program you use. This one allows you to select a certain region and then obviously record that part of the screen. To download it, check out the link in the description below. I will also put their website link in the description below so you can go through all this information and see what the program can and cannot do. But for now, we are going to go ahead and take a look at the program. First off, we got the file here in our downloads folder. We're going to go ahead and double click it. The UAC is going to pop up. You can follow this as a tutorial if you would like. This is a review as well. Go ahead and click yes when the UAC pops up. Now it's going to say ready to install iTop Screen Recorder. By clicking install now, you agree to install iTop Screen Recorder and accept its ULIN privacy policy. Go ahead and click install now. Now you can do this iTop VPN. Every time you install this program, it's going to be different. You might get something for a PDF viewer or another part of their program. I'm just going to go ahead and click no thanks. You can click yes if you would like to. Alright guys, so once the installation is going to complete, you can just go ahead and click run now, and then it's going to run the iTop screen recording software. Upon first installation, you may or may not see the screen. Just go ahead and click X. This just gives you a 40% off for new users if you want to mess with that. I'm not going to, so just go ahead and click X. Now this is a screen recording software. It's not going to let you do anything with it until you go through this as you first install it anyway. It's going to give you step 1, step 2, and step 3, which is nice to have. A lot of users, that is going to help a lot of users out. So at first glance, it looks like a decent program. You got full screen over here, so you can select the region, select the window, fixed ratio 4:3 or fixed ratio 16:9, sorry. Now you also got the sound, so you can record sound from your microphone. You also got the webcam. You can do original background, blur background, or replace background, which you do need the Pro for the blur and replace background. You also have game capture, how to record your gameplay. Please run the game you want to record, press F9 to start or stop recording. That is a nice tip. You can also click do not show me again. Got it. This allows you to record gameplay footage instead of your whole screen, which may or may not be useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click the drop down menu, click select region. Then we're just going to go ahead and do a nice big region right here. Then all you got to do is click record. It's going to say, do you want to have a watermark? You're obviously going to continue with watermark unless you have a license. You can also purchase this using my link in the description below as well. We're going to continue with watermark for now. And once you start recording, this is a screen you're going to see. Obviously, the only thing that the recording can see is my mouse cursor right now. Click to finish recording. Don't show this again. You can click this allows you to pause the recording. This button allows you to stop the recording. This button allows you to take a screenshot. And I think this button allows you to remove this box. You don't have to see it. But with this program, it does allow you to mark things up, unlike some other programs. So I can actually draw here. I can also add shapes like a square or a circle. You can also change the color of said square or circle. You can also add lines and stuff if you want to point to stuff. If you click this little sweeper icon, it does delete everything, which is a nice touch. There is also an arrow, so you can point to something, like say you're doing a tutorial or whatnot, and then you can do a little text. This is a test. Download this program. So you can point to stuff. It'll make tutorials a lot easier compared to some other recording software. Now, if you want to delete everything, as I said, just click the sweep icon, or you can do undo. So if I add 2 arrows, the undo will add or remove one of those arrows. Recorded successfully. Now it's going to say, take one more step to get a stunning video, so you can screenshot anything in the video capture, I would assume. This also allows you to screenshot the screen if you want to take it for a thumbnail. There's a video editor, which we'll take a look at in a moment. And you also have compressor, which we'll take a look at in a moment. Now, as you can see, the recording thing's still here. So if you just click X, it's just going to do the full screen again since you're still in the iTop screen recording software. Now, in terms of audio recording, all you got to do is have the selected microphone on. You can turn on the mic. Testing, testing. As you can see, it's working. I'm not going to record it since it's going to be a laptop microphone and it's not going to sound that good. You can also do your webcam. I'm not going to show you that. You guys can take a look at that for yourself. It's not going to show up as I'm recording. It's going to show up in the recording. That's how this program works. And as I said, there's the game recording stuff. So you can turn on HUD in gaming, the audio, microphone, and then webcam. Now down here, you got My Creations, Watermark, Quick Launcher, and User Guide. So if we go to My Creations, you got video, audio, and screenshot. I was already doing this at one point, so you're going to see some other files. Well, this is a video we just recorded, so if I go ahead and click the play icon, it's going to bring up the media player, so we can always just click always or just once or whatever media player you use. As you can see, once it loads, the only thing you have is recorded with iTop Screen Recorder, and obviously that's the only watermark you have. So it's not a horrible thing if you're just making a quick tutorial. This program, the free version, will work just fine for you. As you can see, you can scroll through the video, and it looks like it's working. Now, in terms of audio, this just records the audio. I did do a test recording, and it seemed to work just fine. You also have the screenshot, so you can take a look at screenshots. And to take a screenshot, what it's going to do is it's going to create an icon on your desktop. So if I just break the icons back, You can see iTop screenshot. If you double click that, this will bring up a screenshot tool. Let's go ahead and minimize that. So this is their built-in screenshot tool, but this does come pre-installed with the iTop screen recording program. So I figured I'd mention it. This allows you to click capture. Then you can select the amount. So if I only want to select these icons and then click save, then it'll allow you to choose where to save it. So if I just save it to pictures, save, and that's where it's saved. You can also do a full screen screenshot. Click that, save, save. And then it's just going to save it where it was. You can also just do Alt S. As you can see, it says Alt S. So if I do Alt S, I can do save and then save. So that is our iTop screenshot program. It is a great tool to use, especially if you're trying to create thumbnails. You also have a watermark section. So if you click that, it allows you to change the watermark. Obviously, you can get rid of the watermark or customize a watermark or make a custom watermark. Obviously, you can make it have a caption, and I think you could do a photo, but you obviously need the Pro variant for that. You also have Quick Launcher, so you can quick launch stuff. It allows you to record from YouTube, record from Zoom, record from Twitch, record from Spotify, and record from ESPN. Now, in terms of the user guide, this just gives you some information about the program and how to use it. This just gives you a quick tutorial or a step-by-step article to do so. Now, in terms of the tools over here, we got Screenshot, which I believe if you click that, it's just going to bring up the capture utility. We've already looked at that. Now, you also got Video Editor, which from my experience seems to be an okay video editor. I wouldn't recommend using this for any high-quality content, but it'll probably work for a simple tutorial. There's a Quick Editor and Advanced Editor. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Quick Editor. So basically you select the video file, then it'll allow you to skim it or delete certain parts of the video that you don't want showing. So let's select this video. This allows us to change the time lapse of which part of the video shows up in. This allows you to also trim it. You can also add a filter to the video if you would like. You can do movie, vintage, fantasy, black and white. These are just video effects. You can also do no filter. You can add some stickers if you want. For whatever reason, this will allow you to add some stickers. You can make them transparent. If you want to add some cool, cute stickers, if you're into that sort of thing, you can add a basketball if you want as well. And you can just extend it, make the transparency. You can also click export, which allows you to export the video footage. Also got music, so this will allow you to add music, and then you got closed captioning. You can add subtitles. Obviously, you have to have the file for so. So if we click export, this will allow it to export the video. Let's just name it exported video. Now, once the video is exported, it's going to be in your video folder. To find it, just go to your file explorer. Upon looking into it, I could not find the video file, and it seems to be in my app data folder for some reason. So if we go to %, you're gonna go to iTop screen recorder, outputs, and then these are all the video files. I'm not sure why it's putting it here. It would be nice for it to change it, but maybe I didn't change it and that's my fault. But we can go ahead and take a look at the exported video. As you can see with the exported video, you can see the dog that I added and then the basketball and then obviously still the watermark. The watermark does not go away unless you pay for the full version, just so you guys are aware. But it is nice that you can add this stuff. So if you want to make your video a little different from others, then software would work great for you. Now in terms of the advanced editor, so if we go ahead and click that, it's only going to allow you to edit 480p footage with the free version, which I mean is fine if you're doing a quick tutorial as long as it's somewhat clear. So we can just go ahead and click start new creation. We can drag and drop media on the timeline. So what we need to do is we need to go up here to the plus icon, click here to browse your files, and then these are all the files you got. As I said, I'm not sure why it's putting it in the app data folder. It would be nice if it would move it somewhere, but like I said, I might have just clicked it by accident. So let's go ahead and add our exported video as one of the media files. Then we'll go ahead and add one of the JPG files for comparison. So if we just go ahead and drag the video down to the timeline. So here is the video editor. We obviously have the timeline down here. I already dragged the exported video down here. We also have JPG. We can plop this over or above it. Now in terms of simplicity for this software, I'm not sure how it works, but if we go ahead and scrub through it, click play, looks like it's scrubbing through just fine. As you can see, it's still 480p. It's not that good of content. The only thing that's really good or that looks okay is the screenshot I added in the video. You can obviously click export. You can click save. You have fade, transform, adjust. Adjust allows you to adjust the opacity of said object. I'm going to assume that's just the video. Yeah, so if you click on the video file or like the photo that we were just looking at, it'll allow you to choose the file. So if I click on it, I can click adjust. I can turn down the opacity, and then it turns down the opacity of that said picture or video file. So over here, you got stickers. You can still add stickers in the main video editor. Obviously, that's not going to work, so I got to delete that. But as you can see, you can add stickers still. I think it's just because I got the opacity super low. I'm not sure why it's not allowing me to see these icons or stickers. You can still add stickers and stuff. Looks like you can add text as well. So if you just drag it to the main picture here, you can click that, and then it'll allow you to text. This is the text box. I'm not sure why it's not working, but it does allow you to do this. I might have just done something wrong. Oh, okay, there's the arrow and stuff. Okay, so we can still do typing and stuff, handwriting. We can add some filters. I think you got to drag it to the video. Yeah, you got to drag it to the video. As you can see, the timeline's getting bigger. You can see that the timeline is slightly bigger. Let's have transitions, so you can do transitions. We can do, I can't really add a transition right now since I don't have any other content, but you got some transitions to mess with. There looks like a decent amount of transitions too. So like I said, if you want to make a quick video, it's not necessarily not worth it. It looks like a decent little video editor, especially this being a screen recording software. Let's have filters, so you can add some filters if you want. Just drag it to the video. Then you gotta Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's the video editor. Now, in terms of the compressor, if we go ahead and click that, looks like this program allows you to compress the file so you can make it smaller with no quality loss. This would be a very useful tool if you have low storage space and your videos are turning out to be really big and or you have bad internet connection. This will allow you to upload your video a lot quicker than uploading a 11 gig video that you edited in Premiere Pro, for example. So the compression tool does look like it's a decent little tool. You can only use the normal without paying for the Pro. If you want to do Ultimate or Advanced, you have to pay for the Pro variant. So we go ahead and click Compress. It's going to compress the video. Go ahead and look at our files. We got the compressed version and then the regular version. As you can see, regular version 648 kilobytes, and the compressed version is 1.48 megabytes. That's not right. Made it bigger. I digress. I'm not sure why it made it bigger, but I'm sure it works. I think maybe just because the video wasn't that big in the first place, and it didn't really know what to do with that. But it looks like the compression tool may or may not work. I'm not 100% sure. Alright guys, so I went ahead and activated the software just to see if there's any differences. I'm not going to take a look at each section that's different. I'm just going to show you which is activated and which is not. Obviously, the Pro version should allow you to do so with the stuff that wasn't Pro or whatever. But as you can see, we now have my creations watermark. Let's go ahead and test it without the watermark. So if I just do select region, we'll do full screen this time. We'll click record. Obviously, I have no watermark selected. Block still shows up. We can still draw on it. We can still make shapes. We can do a circle, a square. Looks like we can still draw on it. We can still change the color. So that works. And we can still escape or get rid of everything. Now, if you go up here to the settings, you can view the settings. We got general. So all the settings you have here is you can add a highlight effect, click animation, which when you click, it'll click the button. As you can see, as I'm clicking, it's doing it. That is nice, especially for tutorials, just so it's easier for viewers or older viewers to find your mouse cursor without having an issue. So in terms of the general section, as you can see, we only have this much. As you can see, if I click this, it just scrolls up and down. So in terms of the general section, you have load automatically at Windows startup. I'm going to turn that off. On close, keep programming running at system tray. That doesn't need to be on. Skip user account control warning when loading the program. That's a nice touch. It's probably running an admin. You also have automatically update to the latest version. You also have the save to section, which is a nice touch, so it's not saving in the local flow file in the app data folder for whatever reason. After you change your directories, the former files will stay in its original directory and not show up, so that's fine. So if we just go to videos, right click, new, folder, and do iTop screen recorder as a folder. Now all of our files that we create or use are going to show up in this folder. Select folder. We also have record speaker when recording, so this to record whatever your audio device is. You also have record microphone when recording, enable enhanced mode to solve black screen issue. Maybe there's a black screen issue that's been happening with this program and they added that. You also have record without watermark, so you can turn that on or off, or you can add your own as well. You also have show floating toolbar, so when you're recording, that'll pop up. You can turn it off or on if you would like. You also have auto hide desktop icons or auto hide taskbar. That is definitely a nice touch if you don't want them seeing anything on your desktop or taskbar that may or may not be personal or confidential information. You also have auto select the last record region. That is a nice touch. You also have prevent system from sleeping during recording, save an extra audio file recording. So if you're doing a long recording, the prevent system from sleeping is a nice touch, because if you're recording and you're recording for a long time, but something's going on in the background, you don't want the computer to go to sleep. That'll definitely help. You protect your recording file real-timely to restore them in case of damages. Recommend for long-time recording. I would definitely turn that on if you're going to be doing 2 to 3 hour gaming content. You also have enable hardware acceleration. This will use your GPU, or in this case, integrated graphics, which is on my Intel CPU. You also have a webcam section, which will allow you to enable or disable the webcam, or it'll allow you to change the webcam if you have more than one webcam. This will allow you to change the position of where the webcam sits as well. Obviously, I can't interact with this as I don't have the webcam on. Real quick, guys, I just wanted to inform you that the iTop screen recorder also does come with some webcam backgrounds. I found this after I got done recording. They are all 1080p. If I hover over one, you can see that they are 1080p. They are, in fact, 1080p. They seem to be really good quality, so it is nice that they added these as a backdrop for your webcam if you are using this program. You also have the format, so you can do MP4, AVI, FLV, MKV, MOV, TS, and GIF. So if you wanted to record your own GIF, that you could do that with this program. That is a very cool touch. You also have the frame rate, which I'm actually going to change to 60. You also have bit rate, which does auto, so you can change the bit rate. You can do 40,000. You also have quality, so you can change the quality. You can do standard, original, or high. Below here, you got audio, so you can change the format between MP3, AAC, C3, FLAC, and WMAV2. You also have the bitrate for the audio, which you have all these. I'm not going to read those all out. You also have the frequency if you want to change the frequency. You have the channels, you have stereo and mono. The screenshot format you can change. You can do PNG, BMP, or JPG. The default is JPG. Then you can change your hotkeys, which is also a really nice touch, so you don't have to click record, then edit out you clicking record. You can just click record with F9 or pause and resume it with F10. So now that we changed some settings, let's just go ahead and do one more recording test and see what it looks like. As you can see, we're recording now. You should be able to see the yellow circle around my mouse, so it's a lot easier to spot. Also, when I click, it should do a little, or an animation of some sort. I'm not sure if it does anything for the right click, but it might. Looks like we can still draw. So we can draw some stuff. We can do some circles. I saw a little bit of delay there. Not sure what that delay was, but as you can see, yeah, having a little bit of delay here, but it might just be because I'm going too fast. Now in terms of other settings, you got recording schedule, feedback, check for updates, user manual, license, and about, which this is version 3.5.0.1501. That's just about it, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you do not enjoy the video, drop a dislike. Let me know what you guys want to see for future videos. I hope you enjoyed this video about iTop Screen Recorder. You can go ahead and check their software out in the description below, along with their website if you want to check that out as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and peace out.